Coming up on BearZone, UNC's football non-conference schedule ended in Boulder, but how did they fare?
Also, women's volleyball continued their season against an SEC powerhouse. Find out who in a bit.
We also have an update on both the Rockies and the Broncos.
We've got all that and more this week on BearZone. Don't go anywhere. After Hurricane Irma canceled the date between UNC and Florida at the Swamp, the Bears took the week to prepare for an in-state foe. I'm going to hand it off to my co-anchor Stephen Rice, who has the scoop from Folsom Field.
The Bears are hunting the Buffaloes from Folsom Field here in Boulder, Colorado.
Saturday afternoon, Folsom Field and a crowd of 44,318 screaming students saw an in-state battle that was a lot closer than the experts predicted. In the first quarter, the Bears went on the prowl early, scoring on their opening drive. But they could not stop the Buffs' potent offense. CU put up 28 consecutive points, including this touchdown by Bryce Bobo. The Bears fans, stunned by the recent events, needed something to cheer about. With 1:23 left in the second, Jacob Knipp placed a perfect pass to Alex Wesley, cutting the deficit in half, 28-14. Now into the third, where Knipp threw his third touchdown of the game, this time to Michael McCauley. The Bears were in striking distance, down by just a touchdown and try, but they could not claw back anymore. The CU offense added 13 unanswered points and held on to win 41-21. Despite the loss, the Bears won the turnover battle and had 7 penalties compared to the Buffs' 14 and 2 ejections. After the game, Coach Ernest Collins quoted, "We learned a lot about ourselves this week. Now we'll get back and watch some field and see where we have to tweak some things defensively, offensively, and on special teams." While quarterback Jacob Knipp said that there was good and bad that could be taken into conference play.
Reporting from Folsom Field, I'm Stephen Rice, BearZone.
The Bears head into Big Sky Play Saturday with Idaho State visiting Nottingham Field.
Now from the gridiron to the courts. The UNC volleyball season is underway and the Bears' non-conference schedule is scary. After losses to UCF and Duke, UNC took on Southeastern Conference powerhouse Ole Miss. The Bears battled hard but fell in straight sets, 25-21, 26-24, and 25-22. Kim Wiseman and Courtney Lockey led the way with 10 kills, while freshman Taylor Muff added 6. Despite the loss, the Bears bounced back Friday night against in-state foe Air Force.
UNC volleyball started the day with a positive attitude, and it spilled over to the match as the Bears swept Air Force 3-0. Kills from Courtney Lockey and Alex Clone helped the Bears get an early 12-5 lead. Air Force never presented a serious threat, and UNC took the set 25-14. The Bears jumped to a quick lead in the second with a 6-0 run. The Falcons responded with a 6-0 run of their own and tied the set. But UNC took a 3-point lead at 20-17 thanks to a kill from Taylor Muff and picked up the set 25-19 with kills from Clone and Lockey. The Bears led the entire final set and kept Air Force at arm's reach. The Bears finished the Falcons with kills from Emily O'Neill and Lockey. The Bears were in action later that day, looking to continue their winning ways.
Those winning ways were only going to be stopped by the South Dakota Yotes. But UNC came out strong, winning the first 2 sets 25-14 and 25-17. Courtney Lockey led the way with 10 kills in those sets. But South Dakota wouldn't go away. The Yotes rallied to take the next 2 sets 25-14 and 25-20, leading to a decisive 5th set. In the final set, both teams alternated punches, tying the game at 14. But a Lockey kill and an error gave UNC the set and match. The epic win would carry over for the Bears when they finished the tournament the next day versus Arkansas Pine Bluff.
UNC made history by earning its 1,000th win on Saturday with a sweep against Arkansas Pine Bluff. The Bears came out strong against the Lions with a 25-11 first set victory. Taylor Muff was the definition of efficiency with 4 kills, followed by Emily O'Neill with 3. The Bears carried their offense in the second set. O'Neill had another remarkable set with 4 kills and no errors. Arkansas Pine Bluff improved on offense with only 10 kills, but UNC ended the set for a 25-13 set victory and a 2-0 lead in the match. The Bears separated from the Lions and never looked back. Sarah Weiland and Courtney Lockie powered the Bears in the third, giving UNC the 25-13 set and tournament win. The Bears start conference play tonight when they travel to face Northern Arizona in Flagstaff. We will tell you next week on BearZone if the Bears chop the Lumberjacks.
All right, give me a spot. You know my motto, safety first.
They could be dangerous. I think we should call animal control.
Animal control?
To be safe.
Don't worry.
Just...
I got this. It's a new motto.
You don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. There are thousands of teens in foster care who don't need perfection. They need you.
Here's your check.
Oh, you got it. You know, since I got rid of my car, I really enjoy walking.
Okay. Got it. No.
Getting pulled over for buzz driving could cost you around $10,000 in fines, legal fees, and increased insurance rates.
Oh, you're home early. You live with your mom?
That'll set your game back a few years. Buzzed, busted, and broke. Because buzz driving is drunk driving.
Meteorologist Michaela here with your sports weather. Recently, sports scheduling has been affected by both Hurricanes Harvey and Irma. A few games that were canceled include your UNC Bears against the University of Florida, Miami at Arkansas State, and Memphis at UCF. The Buccaneers at Dolphins game was moved to Week 11, New Hampshire at Georgia Southern was moved to Birmingham, and the Houston Astros, who were affected by Hurricane Harvey, moved their game to Tampa. The UNC girls softball team has a game starting at 10 a.m. this weekend. Earlier that morning, we're expecting temperatures to be in the upper 40s with 50 degrees for the opening pitch. The UNC boys football team takes on Idaho State this weekend with kickoff at 1 p.m. and temperatures at 65 degrees. As the game progresses, we're expecting rain and colder temperatures, so make sure you have a rain jacket or poncho because umbrellas are not allowed in Nordingham Field. The Rockies take on the Padres this weekend in San Diego. Friday and Saturday, we're expecting partly cloudy skies with temperatures around 70 degrees. Sunday, it's going to be a beautiful and sunny day with temperatures in the mid-70s. However, there will be a strong breeze of 12 miles per hour. The Broncos play the Bills this weekend in Buffalo, New York, with kickoff at 11 a.m. and temperatures at 72 degrees. As the game heats up, so will the temperatures. By 2 p.m., we're expecting temperatures to be around 80 degrees. Stay tuned to hear more about how the Broncos have been doing this season.
Hey, I'm Anderson Cooper. As a parent, you want to make sure that your child knows how to deal with bullying when they see it happening. And chances are they want to help, but they don't really know how. I'll teach them that the best thing to do is calmly walk away, find a teacher or other adult, and speak up. And do your part. Be that adult they can talk to and trust will listen. Join me to help stop bullying. Go to stopbullying.gov to find out more.
You sure you don't want some? It's chamomile. Listen, you are extremely terrifying. Just the scariest undead subhuman thing on TV, and I really mean that. But I am worried that you could give my kids nightmares if they see you, so I'm gonna have to block you. So that's it. Oh, and tell the zombies they're blocked too.
Do you remember the movie Moneyball and the Oakland Athletics' long winning streak? Well, the record held by that Oakland A's team is no more. The Cleveland Indians now own the record for most consecutive wins by an American League team. What was a record of 20 straight wins is now 22, as Cleveland outscored their opponents 142-37. Terry Francona's squad finally lost to the Kansas City Royals after going almost a month without a defeat. The Indians fell short of the Major League Baseball record of 26, held by the 1916 New York Giants. Despite the loss, the Indians continued their hot run as the playoffs approach fast. BearZone will have more highlights later as the season comes to a close.
All right, give me a spot. You know my motto, safety first.
They could be dangerous. I think we should call animal control.
Animal control?
To be safe.
Don't worry.
Just...
I got this. It's a new motto.
You don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. There are thousands of teens in foster care who don't need perfection. They need you.
Here's your check.
You got it. You know, since I got rid of my car, I really enjoy walking.
Okay. God, no.
Getting pulled over for buzz driving could cost you around $10,000 in fines, legal fees, and increased insurance rates.
Oh, you're home early.
You live with your mom?
That'll set your game back a few years. Buzzed, busted, and broke. Because buzz driving is drunk driving.
When you're projected to finish third in the AFC West, the chip couldn't be bigger for the Denver Broncos. They set the tone for the season with 2 huge wins in the same week. The Los Angeles Chargers came to Sports Authority Field and were quickly turned around by that stiff defensive line and the no-fly zone. The Chargers offense couldn't get anything going on the ground throughout the game. The Broncos were in the driver's seat the whole game. Midway through the fourth, they led 24-7, but Los Angeles made it a 24-21 game with 2 huge touchdown throws from Phillip Rivers. But the Bronco defense came through as tackle Shelby Harris blocked a potential game-winning field goal with 1 second left. With a win under their belt, Denver was still a 10-point underdog when the Dallas Cowboys rolled into town on Sunday. But from the kickoff, the Broncos flexed their muscles on both sides of the ball, winning 42-17. An offense that struggled at times to put up points last year didn't have an issue with the Cowboys' defense. Trevor Siemian shredded the defense and threw for 231 yards and 4 touchdowns. And it was business as usual for the Denver defense. They shut down the 2-headed monster of Dak Prescott and Ezekiel Elliott. Elliott only had 8 total yards, and that's the least he's had since coming to the league. They forced Prescott into some bad throws and 2 interceptions, including a 103-yard pick, 6 to Aqib Talib with 53 seconds left to cap off a great game. The undefeated Broncos now turn their focus to beating the Buffalo Bills on the road. Game time is at 11 a.m. Sunday. Oh, and the Broncos are favored by 3 in this one.
The first Monday Night Football of the 2017-2018 season was won for the books. Game 2 on Monday featured head coaching debuts from both teams and the first female in 30 years to broadcast an NFL game. Beth Mowins is a play-by-play announcer and sports journalist for ESPN and CBS. Typically, she calls women's college sports, but in May, she was granted a huge assignment: play-by-play announcer on ESPN's Monday Night Football Opening Week late broadcast, a game between the Denver Broncos and Los Angeles Chargers. Mowins has broken another glass ceiling for females in sports journalism, but it hasn't come without a few complaints. Many viewers took to Twitter during the broadcast to complain about the sound of Mowins' voice, saying it, quote, sounds like my mom yelling at me, or, quote, sounds like listening to my ex nag me. But Mowins was prepared. In an interview with Sports Illustrated back in May, Mowins said, I understand I will not please everybody, and I always try the best I can not to listen to negative people with negative attitudes. Fans have not heard the last of her yet. Mowins is set to call numerous games for CBS this season. From one female sports reporter to another, thank you.
During this time of the year, sports are coming back into full swing. This week, BearZone reporter Sean Waldy went to the University Center and asked Bears what sport they were most excited to watch.
I'm Sean Waldy, reporting from the University Center, asking students what sport they're most excited to watch this season.
Either girls soccer or football.
Volleyball.
Hockey.
Yeah, there's a game tomorrow, and that's the one I love watching the hockey.
I'm most excited to watch hockey. I'm from Portland, so we have like a junior team there, and it's really big, and my dad and my brother really like hockey, so I've just grown up with hockey, and I like watching it.
I actually don't do sports.
I'd probably say volleyball.
Baseball.
I don't know. I guess football. I don't really follow sports that much, but I mean the football team has been like on a good upswing the past 2 years, so that's something to watch for.
Track and field.
Track and field.
I'm excited to watch the football this year.
Drinking beer and watching hockey.
Reporting from the University Center, I'm Sean Waldy, BearZone.
As you can see, everybody's excited for something different as the sports season starts back up again. I'm pretty excited to see what the Broncos can do this week against the Bills.
For me, I'm really sad that it means Rocky's season is coming to an end.
Oh, me too.
And that is our show for tonight. Be sure to stay up to date on our Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and YouTube, Bear News 98.
Make sure to like us and to join us every week for BearZone, all sports, all the time for UNC Athletics. Good night.